Welcome to SK University. Today's illumination is the Encelium Extend Lighting Control System wireless components from Osram. In a previous illumination, we've looked at the Encelium Edge wireless lighting control system and how it can control interior and exterior lighting loads via switches, sensors, time schedules, and demand response commands. The brain of that system is the Edge controller, which can manage up to 100 nodes in areas as large as 10,000 square feet. In addition to the Edge controller, the Edge system offers both wired and wireless wall stations in 2-button, 3-scene, and 5-scene configurations. Wireless combination passive infrared occupancy and photo sensors in 3 different coverage patterns. Wired single and dual technology occupancy sensors in both ceiling and wall mount styles. The connected lighting module, which is installed at the factory by the luminaire manufacturer and allows luminaires to work with the system out of the box. A phase cut dimming module. The wireless control module for controlling a few or a single luminaire. The wireless area lighting controller for controlling a 20-amp circuit. The wireless site lighting control module to control exterior lighting. The wireless plug load control module for switching plug loads. The wireless automated demand response module to respond to utility requests for load shedding. And the Green Bus network that allows us to tether wired wall stations and the PCDM to a WCM or WALC. Edge is a very capable system. With the ability to put as many Edge systems in a building as we need, it's a great solution for many small to mid-size applications. However, because the system was designed to be commissioned by anyone using a smartphone app, its functionality had to be kept relatively simple. Among its limitations is the fact that Edge systems don't talk to each other. So, for example, a time schedule running on one Edge controller can affect loads that are part of that Edge system. It cannot affect loads that are part of another system. If we wanted to, say, sweep all of the loads in our building off at a specified time, we'd need to manually program that schedule into every Edge controller. Also, apart from a contact closure input to initiate demand response, there is no way to integrate Edge with other building systems. If we need a higher degree of functionality, then we need to move up from Edge to the Extend system. The Edge controller is the same piece of hardware that we use to manage wireless nodes in Extend. When used with Extend, that hardware runs different internal firmware and is known as a wireless manager. Extend also supports wired components and can be built as a wireless, wired, or hybrid system, but today we're just focused on wireless. Extend uses Ethernet as its backbone. It is possible to build extremely large networks with Ethernet. That means that an Extend system can control an entire building or a campus of buildings. Wireless managers communicate with each other over the Ethernet backbone. We connect them to an Ethernet switch using a standard Ethernet cable. If the Ethernet switch is a Power over Ethernet, or PoE switch, then the wireless manager can receive its power over that same Ethernet cable, alleviating the need for a power supply. Since the wireless managers can communicate with each other, it means that the nodes they are controlling can interact with each other. For example, we could have a sensor that's managed by one manager affect the state of a load controlled by another manager. As with Edge, the wireless manager is the heart of our wireless mesh network. When this hardware is used with Extend, the same 100 node limit per device applies. We do have greater range with Extend though. Now the network can exist in a 300-foot maximum radius from the wireless manager, depending on building construction. As previously mentioned, we either need a PoE switch or a power supply. Extend builds the wireless mesh network using line voltage powered devices, such as WCMs or WALCs, as repeaters. Battery-powered devices like wireless sensors and wall stations do not repeat to maximize battery life. They either connect to the wireless manager directly or through a repeater. The functionality of the Edge system was intentionally limited to allow for ease of configuration. Anyone with a smartphone can get the system up and running in short order. Extend is a much more capable system, designed to perform any control scenario for jobs of any size. Needless to say, that results in a more complex configuration method. The configuration and system management tool for Extend is called Polaris 3D. The Polaris 3D software is the core element of the Encelium system. It allows you to view every building on your campus in a 3D view. You can rotate and tilt the view as you would in a CAD system. Selecting a space is as simple as clicking on it. The software will switch to 2D mode and zoom right to it. In Operate mode, lighting levels can be overridden with a click of the mouse or a tap of a touchscreen. Lighting level changes occur in real time. Polaris is constantly gathering operational data of the system, so in addition to viewing and making real-time adjustments to lighting levels, we can view energy consumption by area and analyze energy savings over time and by energy saving strategy. We can analyze occupancy history over time to better understand building area utilization. Keep track of lamp or luminaire lifetimes. Make changes to the system configuration and adjust time schedules. For wireless devices, we can check battery levels and configure the system to notify us of the need for a battery replacement or any other system fault via email. And even view the hops between devices in our wireless mesh network. The personal control software is an application which enables individuals in a building to control lighting levels in their workspace from their own desktop. The user easily accesses personal control software by clicking on a light bulb icon appearing in the system tray found on the lower right-hand side of their screen. With this application, the user can control the light level of each luminaire in their workspace or can control all of the luminaires together as a group. Preset lighting scenes may be stored, recalled, and modified from this application to suit the individual's personal preferences or task at hand. The System Support Unit, or SSU, is a server that performs several functions. It is the web server for the browser-based Polaris 3D and personal control software. The SSU logs historical data on system operation and the results of various energy-saving strategies that are a key feature of the system. The SSU provides the ability to remotely access a system in order to change system settings or configuration, analyze system performance and energy data, or to troubleshoot, thereby providing quick and seamless customer support. It stores all system settings and the configurations of all of the managers. If manager hardware needs to be replaced, the new manager receives its configuration from the SSU. Note that once the managers are configured, they run independently. If the SSU goes down, the system continues to operate without it. In addition, optional building automation system interfaces, such as BACnet and an AV interface, are available as add-on functions of the SSU. Each Extend system requires one SSU. The server may be an Encelium or customer-supplied dedicated physical, or customer-supplied virtual or cloud-based solution. So let's connect our SSU to our Ethernet network. Now the SSU can talk to the managers. If we have a computer connected to the network, we can access Polaris or the personal control software with the proper credentials. Let's add a connection from the SSU to the Internet. Now we've got remote access to the system for our facilities people and Encelium technical support. If we add an optional AV interface to the SSU, then we can communicate with the AV system via Telnet over IP. Adding the optional BMS interface to the SSU allows us to speak BACnet over IP. Now we can do things like share occupancy sensor status with the BMS to enable changes to climate control based on building occupancy. Of course, there's more than one way to build this infrastructure. We could put a network in place just for the lighting system and tie it to the customer's data network via a router. It's all about what's best for the customer, and Encelium will work with the customer's IT department to create a solution. Let's visualize what this looks like in our building. At the heart of it is our Ethernet switch and the Ethernet backbone network. We've used a PoE switch here, so our wireless managers won't need external power supplies. The Ethernet network forms the communications backbone. Connected to it is our SSU, with a connection to the Internet for remote access. The wireless managers are also connected to the Ethernet backbone, and they are communicating with wireless wall stations, wireless sensors, and luminaire control modules. We also have Polaris and personal control software running on computers on the customer's data network that is tied into the lighting control network through a router. We know what our options are for luminaire control that are shared between Edge and Extend. The Extend system has greater functionality and data gathering and analysis capabilities, and so that gives us access to another option for luminaire control. If we combine the functionality of the CLM and the wireless combination PIR occupancy and photosensor, we get Encelium. Encelium enables occupancy detection, daylight harvesting, and luminaire control in a single device. It fits into an industry-standard 1/2-inch knockout on the luminaire. Encelium sensors offer 0 to 10 volt dimming or OSRAM data exchange for advanced lighting or DEXL control options. The DEXL interface option enables bidirectional communication between the driver and the Encelium sensor, making it ideal for smart building applications that require luminaire-specific data, including power consumption, temperature profile, operating hours, and diagnostics. Like the CLM, Encelium is installed at the factory by the luminaire manufacturer. When it comes to wired and wireless wall stations with Extend, we have access to the same 2-button, 3-scene, and 5-scene button configurations that are available for Edge. In addition, there is also a 4-button configuration that breaks out the on-off and dimming functionality from the 2-button configuration. There are multi-zone configurations that give us control of 3 or 6 zones from a single wall station. There's a configuration that supports the color tuning capability of Extend, as well as one that provides access to shade position control. If the available standard wall station configurations are not ideal for the application, there are a number of button kits available to help clarify the function of a particular button. Wall station buttons can be individually removed and replaced, so we can mix and match buttons from the available kits to suit our needs. If we need a tailor-made solution, we can always opt for custom engraving. In addition to white, the additional colors of ivory, gray, and black are available choices for our wall stations with Extend. That wraps up our discussion of Extend wireless components. Thank you for spending time with us today. We hope you found this illumination helpful. If you have any questions or would like additional information, please contact your SK & Associates salesperson. Have a great day.